As promised, episode 558 of Fine Music, which I just barely beat Charlie to the punch. Go ahead, Charlie.
Giant Swan. Debut album, Giant Swan, released in 2019. This is their first album, only first album. 10 tracks, 40 minutes, and the genre is electronic, all the way from Bristol, UK. Um, they've been on my radar for a long time. This album is very, very experimental, but in a very techno kind of sense. They they ex they really, really wanted to see how much you can um tamper with techno, but in a
Oh,
very different kind of way, not in a very derivative. But here's
it's
one
not
example that's
predictable. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this is
Sounds
very,
interesting.
very unpredictable here.
Here we go. Pandemonium by Giant Swan and Snips. And industrial.
Man,
Oh,
So
the
yeah, I can.
Tarzan yell would go great in there.
yeah, so the whole album is really interesting. A lot of changes throughout. I could tell they spent much of the years just trying to get this in the right hands and in the right ears of the masses. And this is a very great, great album. I highly recommend you guys listening to it or anybody out there that's into electronic or experimental techno. This one's it. Very unpredictable with a lot of changes. So check it out. Giant Swan. Next one is Renee Hell Vanilla Call Option. This is their fourth album, came out in 2013, 11 tracks, 33 minutes, and the genre is electronic, all the way from Portland, Oregon. Um, let us have some ears right on this one. Uh, let's do let's do the first one.
I'm tripped in man. Do not be alarmed. We have taken control of your computer.
We control the volume. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. The outer
Yeah,
limits.
a little craft work in there. We are the robots.
So yeah, this album is it's really good. I haven't heard this album in a long time. I used to hear it quite often. And coming back to it again, I've been meaning to review this one on your sh channel. It's really, really refreshing hearing it again after I don't know how many times, but everything in this album is really, really nice. It does have a lot of Kraftwerk influences on this, um, but with
And,
new and refreshing
oh,
sound.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Variation. Yeah.
yeah, check it out. Renee Howe Vanilla Call Option. Really, really great.
From
Uh,
Portland,
obvi-
no less.
yes, all this is available on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. And this is one of my favorites, Rabbit with one B, not two, just one. And the album's called Communion, and this is his, I believe, first album. 2015, 11 tracks, 32 minutes. The genre is electronic, all the way from Houston, Texas.
Oh,
Um, I love this album in so many ways because I own the CD and I used to play this a lot every day from beginning, middle to end. So I'm gonna play you this one.
money. Ooh, atmospheric. Wow, look at those titles. Wow.
Yeah. So I play this many, many times. Um, Everything's so great, very abrasive and kind of in your face, but in a very
Yeah, but you can get
kind of
lost in it. I was getting lost in it. It was so cool. It was like another environment.
it is. Oh,
Yeah.
everything from even the song number seven, Pandemic, that one you'll get really, really get lost in it. And there's a lot of
Oh,
like um yeah, it's not your typical electronic type of sound, but this is very, very experimental, all in every corners of the universe of electronic music. So I highly recommend Rabbit. Again, Rabbit with one B, not two, Communion. So check them out on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. And this next one, Three-Legged Race, Persuasive Barrier. This is their first album. Came out in 2012. 8 tracks, 37 minutes, and also electronic. Um, all the way from Lexington, Kentucky.
oh.
And let us play this one right here. Persuasive Barrier.
Oh, wow. I could go on adventures with this music. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one has sci-fi adventures.
Sounds like a theremin in there too.
It
Yeah,
does
there
feel
is.
sci-fi.
I
Yeah.
think they use that in this because you hear it in the next couple of tracks too. Um, I'm familiar with this guy for a long time, or whoever they are, because of the previous band called Hair Police, and
Oh, wow.
that one was very more noisy, more yeah, it's more disoriented, but in a good way. This one is a far other direction. That yeah, they deal with electronics, but they play it very safe. In terms of like minimalist sounds, but also venture into other explorations. So highly recommend this one. Three-Legged Race, Persuasive Barrier on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. So check that out.
Woohoo.
And the last one, High Functioning Flesh, Culture Cut. Third album came out in 2017, 8 tracks, 38 minutes, and the genres EBM, industrial, and synth punk, all the way from LA, from Represent LA.
Yeah.
So this one's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I'm gonna play the first track here. Mind you, they're gonna sound something familiar with early Ministry to a bit of Netzer Ebb to well, you'll see. You'll see it
Mm.
here. Yeah, they've been on my. I've been wanting to review this one on your channel for a long time now, and I finally got the chance. Um, yeah, I listened to this all of this the whole day. Actually, yes, the day before yesterday, and yeah, I was reminded of like yeah, early ministry. You could sick tell po portion control, some early cabaret Voltaire. You name it, it's there, and the voice reminded me of early Skinny Puppy as well. Um,
It's got a familiar sound to it, but it's unique in itself.
yeah, even though they're from 2000s, they even dress like they're from straight out of the 90s, with the hairdo and everything and the music sounds that they create. But I really love bands like this because it makes me feel that I am stuck in the time warp because they're making music like this with sounds, but even though it's new in territory, they have not lost that sound that is already getting lost because everybody's trying to do something completely different with sounds on today. So I'm glad this band. I hope they keep going. I hope they keep releasing a new album because it's been a long time. 2017 was the last one. I haven't
Hmm.
heard anything moving in their direction. So I hope they make a return with something quite interesting. But their other stuff is really good. So I highly recommend it for anybody out there who's a fan of this band, High Functioning Flesh, or you're a fan of the early underground industrial noise of that time. Uh, Please check this band out, Culture Cut, on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. And that is my.
Awesome, awesome. As always, awesome. Thank you,
Cool.
Charlie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.